Okay, friends. So in the previous video, we saw that how we can use the um, input events to handle them, like key up and all these events we handled, and you provided the name, and then it was able to print the name, right? So today we are going to discuss about the two-way binding, how you can provide the two-way binding of the variables. Two-way binding means if you change anything in the component, that should be reflected on the page, and if you change anything on the page, that should be reflected to the component, right? So here I'm just going to create one variable, and the name of the variable is name, right? So earlier the name of the variable is my name. It's like vikash.shakya@gmail.com, right? So this is the email ID, which is my email ID, and you can do one thing here. You can provide something like this: value is equal to name. So here you don't need to provide any name dot value now, so you can just remove this, and when you just provide the name, you can see that this name will be given here, and once you press the key, that will be printed, right? So let me just do it. When you will press enter, it will simply print this, simply display this message. So let me just do it, and let's see what happens. So I'm just going to provide a name here. Okay, so you can see that Vikas.Shakya, it's already filled there because I've just provided the name here. So this name has been binded here with this input value. So this is the way you can provide the binding to the input values, right? So to provide the binding for the input values, then in that case, you need to provide the name of that variable inside the class here for the value keyword, right? So this is the way it has been bounded with, it has been binded with this input. And now if you run this, you can see that this vikas.shakya@gmail.com is already there. If you press enter, then, okay, let me just provided the name dot. Okay, so that has been given there, but if you will change it, then also it will display the old value. Let me just see what happened. So it's like value is equal to email or something like this. Okay, one thing I did wrong, which is like this. You need to provide this keyword. If you have to access your own class variable, then you need to provide this. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Now in this case, if I press enter, then in that case you can see that it is printing vikas.shakya@gmail.com. You provided the name as this, and now if I change it like from HCL gmail.com, if I provide it like some other name like yahoo.com, then let me see what happens. So it's again shows me the previous one, which is the gmail.com, right? So that is why it is not giving me the correct value, because it is not binded to two ways. It is only one way binding. One way binding means whatever you have inside your component, that has been binded to the control, but the reverse is not true. Means if you have bounded some, if you are providing any value to this control, then it is not getting binded to the variable inside the class. So for that, what you need to do, you need to use the ng model, right? So this you need to use. Ng model is equal to name. So to use this ng model, again you will need this thing, this forms module. You need to import this forms module. You need to add this forms module in the import section. Then only you will be able to use this ng model. So let me show you. So in this ng model, if I have just used this ng model, then in that case what will happen? If I run this, if I see here, and if I run it here, so if I press enter key, then you will be able to see that it is printing the name of the sorry, it's printing the email ID which I have provided. And now if I provide it like Yahoo, then in that case, if I print enter, then in that case, press enter, then in that case, it will change the message. It will display the new email ID which I have provided. So this is the way it works. If you have to provide two-way binding, then you need to provide this ng model, right? This is the decorator which you need to provide ng model, and then only you will be able to see the two-way binding, right? Anything which has been provided, and this will be used many times in your application, so you must need to remember this. And you can do your exercises yourself, like you can provide a dummy form for yourself. You can write your own dummy form, which takes all the inputs like name, address, the email ID, and all those things it takes. And then it when you press the enter, it simply prints all these details on one of the other windows, right? So I have not told you like how you can navigate from the one page to the other page, but if you know, then you can do that. Otherwise, for your own practice, you can just for your own sake, you can just practice all these things. You can create number of um, text boxes. You can create number of other things which you want to create, so you can play with that, right? So that was all for today, and we will meet soon in the next video. Till then, have a nice day. Bye bye, and please don't forget to like, subscribe my channel, and share my videos. Have a nice day, and we'll meet again soon. Bye.